So I decided to obtain my teaching certificate while we were still at Purdue, and I would file it in with my insurance policies. What a surprise. I found out not only was I pretty good at teaching, I love teaching. But at that time, there were no positions open at high school. So I went to work again as an analytical chemist in a hospital clinical setting where I was able to teach medical technology students when they were in my department. After being home a few years with an additional child too, I was able to accept a teaching position at the Department of Chemistry at Purdue, teaching freshman recitation and lab sections. I had the opportunity to really increase my knowledge of chemistry, and I worked with some amazing professors. But I would only see my students a few hours each week, and then mostly only for one semester. And then I'd get a whole new set of students. So when I had the opportunity to accept a chemistry physics teaching position at Central Catholic High School in Lafayette, I jumped at it, and it was wonderful. Seeing students daily for an entire academic year, and then seeing some of the same students a second year in either physics or second year chemistry, or both. Some kids took both. It was really what I wanted. And I have friendships that have endured 40 years with some of those students and also with some of their parents. There was an administrative change there, and I moved to Delphi Community High School, which was a small rural school where, again, I was the only chemistry and physics teacher. And it was fantastic because I could teach what I wanted to teach, how I wanted to teach it, in the order I wanted to teach it. I didn't have to keep up with anybody else. I was able to design projects and develop lab activities to give my students a taste of real chemistry. My years as an analytical chemist gave me exceptional laboratory skills, and I was able to influence the future generation of chemical educators because I had 10 to 15 student teachers during my time at Delphi. And then I was also involved in professional societies at the state level and national level. I attended many conferences and presented at them both in the United States and in Canada. Along the way, I got a few awards too. I retired in 2006, but I continued to teach. This time I was working for a college board, and I was presenting workshops, week-long ones or shorter ones, where I was teaching teachers. And teaching teachers is hard. But we were working on vertical teaming in science, how to align the curriculum from grades, actually from K through 12. So students would have the skills to, not necessarily the facts, but the skills to be able to take AP classes when they got in high school. This gave me an opportunity to travel and influence, again, chemical education. I also set up tutoring for local high school and college students at Purdue. And I had the best of both worlds there. I got to teach, which I love to do, and I didn't have to worry about administrative duties. About the same time in 2006, my husband, who was an administrator at Purdue in the interdisciplinary engineering department, and I created a small company to publish and market engineering databases electronically. We licensed quite a bit of data from Purdue Research Foundation, and it was thermophysical data on 5,000 different materials. It was in hard copy, and there were no plans to republish it in hard copy. So we took on the task of digitizing all of this data, and we surrounded ourselves with a remarkable bunch of engineers and other people who were able to convert all of this data in the 13 volumes to electronic format. Then later we worked with the US Air Force in expanding and marketing their mechanical properties data on aerospace alloys. And we now own the copyright to their handbook, the Aerospace Structural Metals Handbook. We've also created a number of more databases that on mechanical and thermophysical properties. We have a worldwide market. We have distributors in Europe and in the Asia Pacific markets, and it allows us to travel quite a bit. I think I've been to Thailand at least 10 times because that's where our distributor is based and he has an annual meeting. And also to New Zealand about 8, as well as to Europe. We honestly don't have very many peers in that market. If you look up Cindas, CINDAS, LLC, you will see just what we have created, and it's been just an amazing ride. I think all of this is possible because I'm able to think analytically because of my training as a chemist and my teaching ability to train people how to use our products. I've had several positions over the years which enabled me to learn that the ultimate job is the one you create for yourself. I've been able to use the building blocks to help others solve problems by providing data they need in a format they can use. We have as customers almost all of the major aerospace and defense companies, as well as major engineering universities in both the United States and China. Our offices have evolved from a post office box and a fax machine in our basement to a large suite in an office building at the edge of the Purdue campus. Many things are possible when you have a degree from the College of Science at Purdue. You just have to take the chance when it presents itself and be creative. It's amazing the things you can do.